the Bloomington Ice Garden. A spot in the state hockey tournament is on the line next year. The Section 6AA final between the number 2 seed, the Edina Hornets, and the number 1 seed, the Wayzata Trojans. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken, and obviously these teams know each other very well, Dan. Split 2 regular season meetings, but not long ago, Wayzata won by a 7-0 count. You wouldn't have expected that from either side. Interesting how that plays in psychologically.
Well, I'll tell you what, no one likes getting shut out. And after speaking to Coach Childs, the boys are aware of that situation coming into this one. And you ain't playing a bigger game than you are right now. Getting in the state tournament, they're going to be ready to go. Trust me, Wayzata better be ready.
Edina beat a pretty good Benilde team in the semifinals and did it in impressive fashion. Wayzata built a lead on Holy Angels. The Stars came back on them a little bit, but it was still a good performance for them. Both teams pretty healthy and both teams playing well and kind of at their peak.
Yeah, definitely. They're the 2 best teams in this section, no doubt about it. They fought through it. Sections are supposed to be hard, Jay. Makes it a privilege to go to state, and you got to earn it. And both these teams have earned the right to be in this game. Now we'll see who gets to go to state.
Let's talk key players in this one. A lot of great players up and down the lineup. You don't see the real gaudy numbers from either of these teams, but Jackson Nevers, one of the guys for Edina that's been able to put the puck away some this season.
Well, there you go, that Nevers game. I don't think we'll never see a Nevers on an Edina lineup, but he's had a great season. He's done a great job. He gets the goals when you need the goals. That's his big push. And we'll be watching him tonight, and they'll be depending on him.
And for Wayzata, we're going to talk about Jake Matson. Couple goals in their semifinal win.
All-around guy. Scores, sets up his teammates, plays at both sides of the game, defensively and offensively. Doesn't get a lot of headlines, but boy, I'll tell you what, they'd be hurting without him. He's a really good hockey player.
Well, besides having 2 great teams overall, we have 2 of the best goalies in action here tonight too. So goals may be hard to come by, although there's enough firepower on each side that may not prove to be the case as well here. Stay tuned, the winner goes to the XL Center. It is Edina Wayzata boys hockey up next on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And here we go, jam-packed here at Bloomington. They crowd into it, Trojans and Hornets. Met in the semis a year ago with Edina winning an OT, and Wayzata looking to turn the tables here in 2023, and we are underway.
We got a huge crowd here on both sides. They're all excited and loud. You can see the Wayzata section there to the left of your screen. A bunch of kids in white. This ought to be a heck of a hockey game, boy. These 2 teams are about as evenly matched as you can get, Jay.
Trojans, of course, as the top seed, do have the last change. I was asking Pat O'Leary, their head coach, does it matter a lot? And he said, well, it's better to have it than not, but not a real big deal because both teams have 3 really good lines. There isn't like this odd, big drop-off from their number 1 line to their number 2 and even 3. So it isn't so much of a big deal maybe as it might be in some situations. Will Ingeman swinging that puck around, got through Case and Sauer there. Hornets looking to come back the other way here. Bobby Cowan up the left side, floating one on net with the backhand, and Ingeman will make the catch and hang on to force a face-off here. Probably some jitters here. I mean, these guys have played a lot of high-level hockey throughout their years, but still, this kind of a game, it's a big night for both of these goalies, who are great goalies, and both of their teams as well. Just sparkling numbers for both of these guys.
Well, you look at 10 shutouts between the 2 of them and a save percentage of over 900. Yeah, these are 2 really good goaltenders. They're going to be tough to score on tonight. All those 7 goals were let in the last time they put together this team, these 2 teams.
And I was taking a peek earlier. I'm thinking to myself, is there any chance Klarkowski didn't play that game? But he did. And so he wants to wipe the memory out of that a little bit here. Puck carried in, forced out to the corner. There was Britton Alstead, and then the pass coming back out. They'll have to regroup at center ice here with Jack Hartle swinging it ahead. And played back into the Hornets zone. Jumping in there as Caden Morgan, the defenseman. Now they try to swing it back to the left side, but nobody was home. Moved by John Halverson, putting the pass on target. A shot and a goal! Hornets on the board is Matt Vandervoort, the recipient of that cross-ice pass, and he's able to beat Ingeman.
And that was created by that pass across the ice, Jay, where that had some speed and some pop on it. Got to him quick, gave him an opening. He took 2 strides across the line and let it go, and he found an opening. And early in the game, this is when you can get a cheap one like that. And I won't say it's cheap, it's a good shot, but, you know, Ingeman usually makes those saves. You can see here, oh, just nice on the ice. Got the corner just perfectly. And the Hornets take a 1-0 lead here in this extremely important section game, right between the doors.
Vandervoort getting his 8th goal, just a minute 19 in, and you're thinking, you know, who's going to get off to the good start? And obviously it's been the Hornets.
Boy, 2 big hits by the Hornets here on the Trojans. They came to play tonight, no question about it.
Yeah, you wonder if just a little bit, if maybe the Edina coaches don't mind that their team got thumped a little bit by Wayzata last time around. I mean, there's obviously a ton of incentive anyway to play a section final, and Nevers trying to go to the net, but there might have been a little extra in Edina's step getting ready for this one, knowing how it felt just recently to get beat so badly at Plymouth Ice Center.
I think we're seeing evidence of that right now.
Pass coming across ice there, and Ingeman knocks it aside. He overskated briefly. Now a pass out. Sauer couldn't get that one ahead, and dump back into the Trojan zone here across to Jack Hartle. Reese Wallen working his way up the right side. Hornets able to break it out nicely. Carrying through center is Halverson, but then taken away. It's going to be a lot of time to decide what to do with the puck tonight. I think it's fair to say. I mean, you got guys who will hit you, but also good skaters on really all 3 lines for these teams. As I said earlier, you don't have a weak link out there for the most part. Puck bouncing through in front, and this one's going to be iced here by the Hornets' Mason West, the lone freshman in the lineup for Edina, and that's saying something when you can crack the lineup as a 9th grader for either of these teams. And obviously Jacob Krasnicka, actually the leading scorer overall for Wayzata as a 9th grader. So if those guys, and then you have to say this these days, stick around and keep playing high school hockey, they're going to be 2 of the better players around for sure.
Well, they have a freshman to score 50 points, and to see that, that's an amazing accomplishment. My gosh.
Trojans trying to work from behind the net here. Flicked over to an open wing there, but nice pinch. Hornets though able to get it on out. Yeah, kind of partially fanned on, but still got it to neutral anyway. Wayzata, I think, looking to answer that physical play. You know, on the bench that there's some talk of, you know, you see that and catch the number of that guy, and I'm going to come get him and all that. The thing is, though, you have to be careful about taking penalties. And because, you know, it certainly could be, you know, an issue in the game.
Well, they've been taught since they were little kids how to hit correctly and hit properly and not take 2 runs at it to get at it. So I think I think we're going to see a physical game, and I think we'll see a clean game.
Back out to the point, and that one thrown toward the net, but wide of the mark by Hawk Huff. Couple tries to clear it, kept in. And in behind the Edina net. And then that pass fails to connect. It'll be another ice against the Hornets. Wayzata's bounced back a little bit, I think, after Edina had some pretty good shifts to start the game. There's Kurt Giles' 24th season. And in typical Kurt fashion, I said, you know, to your kids, are they thinking about that 7-0? He said, well, I would be. So he knows that it's no fun. Neither of these teams is used to getting that kind of a score put up against them. But
well, and Edina getting shut out.
Right.
You know, that happens about once every 19,000 years. So, you know, they got a little edge on their shoulders right now, and a little burr under the saddle, so to speak. But, you know, Wayzata's a good team. These are, like I said, two evenly matched teams. I expect a really good game. Edina got a good early goal, but this game is far from over.
Deflected ahead by Sauer, but race won there by Cowan. Back to that one for the Hornets, and then it goes out of play. Get another whistle here. Quite a few whistles early on here. We've played just about 4 minutes of hockey here with the Hornets grabbing a 1-0 lead on Matt Vandervoort's goal.
Well, this is section final. This is a big game. There's going to be some nerves. They're probably going to grip the sticks a little tight a little early, but I also like the matchup of coaches. Two of the best coaches in the state of Minnesota here, and Mr. O'Leary and Mr. Giles for both these teams.
That pass deflected as he tried to go back to the point, and here come the Hornets with Halverson. Slams on the brakes, puts it across. Whoa! And another golden opportunity. They were able to again spread the ice and then work it across. It was not quite like their first goal, but had some similarities there. Boy, it's a vision, you know, when you talk about things that make a good hockey player, you know, you think skating, maybe a good shot, all that, but ice vision is pretty dang important too.
Well, the one thing they said about the really good hockey player, especially Gretzky, is he always knew where the puck was going to be, not where it was.
Thrown into the Hornet zone, Eddie Revening working it around. Wayzata finishing a change here, so they were a little late to the forecheck there. Push back into the Trojan zone here. Jake White swings it around. I don't think either team's going to be afraid to use, you know, a third defensive pair tonight either. A lot of times you see, you know, you get a section final, you maybe don't stick with that, but not necessarily the case tonight, I don't think. Little drop pass here, just got away though, because Nika was trying to gain control. Now here comes Grant Olson back the other way. That one knocked to the corner. Pass ahead there, was broken up. Mikey Mason throwing it back into the Wayzata zone. Ingeman swinging it around, but intercepted there. Hornets trying to capitalize on that turnover, but Wayzata recovered pretty well.
Well, the Hornets are protecting their blue line big time. It's going to be tough to get over. They're going to have to, Wayzata's going to have to dump it in and go for it right now and beat him to the corner.
So look at Pat O'Leary is asking him, you know, just seeing the score, Holy Angels probably was a surprise. It was 5-3, but he said we really played pretty well, especially the first two periods. They did get a couple goals. They made it interesting to their credit, but he didn't seem overly concerned that his team had, you know, laid an egg or anything like that at all. And you never apologize for a playoff win either. You don't say, well, that wasn't very good. We only won by 2 in the Section 6 AA semifinal.
A W is a W is a W, period. We saw that the other night with the Wild, you know, just a real wild game. Got a couple points out of it, but close in overtime.
Swing it back around for Huff. Big hit thrown there. That one picked off. The Hornets have done a nice job of stepping up and plays just like that, intercepting passes and just interrupting these rushes. Like you said, they've had trouble gaining the zone. There's a turnover. Hornets looking to capitalize here. They'll go back to the point. Revening slides it across. Bouncing puck. Ooh, trickled off the outside of the pad of Ingeman there, it looked like. Thrown back in. It almost came out there, and half the fans thought it did, but now Edina changing, and Wayzata looking to work its way back. They've just been a little bit sluggish, not quite sharp, it feels like. You know, handling some passes, and you obviously give a lot of the credit to the Hornets D too, but here's a takeaway, and there is a save made. Klarkowski tried to cover that one, it got away, but now a chance for a possible odd man rush here for the Hornets. Flaherty firing, and it goes wide. And they get it back for another opportunity, and Ingeman the stop on Bobby Cowan.
Boy, Edina's coming out here with a real edge physically. I mean, they got, one of the Hornets got into Ingeman's face here, and that ain't going to go over big. We'll see how Pat O'Leary handles it, but I would expect the Trojans are going to have to get a little more physical with the Hornets and put them back in their place a little bit. Nice shot there. Oh, man, nice save. You can see how close number 18 got to him. As a former defenseman, That don't make me happy. I need to have revenge.
There was Klarkowski save at the other end, and just for a moment, it got a little tense as he tried to cover it and couldn't quite find it.
Well, this is really a great game to get tonight. I'll tell you, this is one of the big hockey games in the state tonight.
Join us for Section 5 AA Championship, Maple Grove and Rogers on Thursday night from Elk River as well. There's a shot bouncing wide of the mark. And that one will trickle back out to center and thrown back in.
Boy, have you noticed, Jay, the Hornets, they're putting every puck on net. Even the shots from way outside. Everything's going on net.
Carried in and then taken away just as they were looking to pull the trigger there. Sandvin regrouping and then gets it right back. Pass just escaping the reach there of Lucas Cole. Woznicka sending it ahead, and then he's able to get back to it. His shot sailing wide though. They have not gotten much rubber on Klarkowski so far.
Yeah, but they're starting to turn it a little bit here now. That forecheck's getting a little tougher. They've gotten some shots. They're starting to turn it around here on the Hornets after a nice start by Edina.
Britton Alstead trying to work that one free. Now he gets it again. A little spin move by Alstead. Couldn't get it to the cutter coming down the middle though. And able to keep it in. That shot attempt though knocked down, but Trojans are there. You're right there. And they're starting to forecheck a little bit better. Wallen fanning on that one, much to the delight of the Edina students.
We can't see them, but I can see the Wayzata students, and I'm telling you, when Wayzata scores, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how that white crowd goes nuts. Look at that, just a passel of them.
It would seem the word got out what color scheme should be.
Think it's white out night tonight?
Yeah, I think that's probably easier these days to get the word out than we would have had to rely on word of mouth in the hallways back years ago.
Or meet down at the McDonald's and pass the word.
Hornets on the move here as Halverson sliding it across, gets all the way through. And go back to the point and then down low, a little 2-on-1 down low, deflected over, and they try to jam it in.
Oh.
Wow.
Ingeman made a great right leg save there. Oh my gosh.
Boy, all of a sudden they had Wayzata outnumbered in front there. And either shot or pass was going to be dangerous here. It goes off the skate, he kicks it out, and then able to close the door from the jam-in rebound try there.
God, that was a great save. That was quickness and anticipation. Ingeman's been considered one of the best goalies in the state, and probably top 3 easy.
He's got a little St. Thomas logo by his name on the roster, though, so apparently committed to the new upcoming program.
Got news for you. Goalies aren't stupid, and you don't get into St. Thomas by being stupid.
Into the circle shot there. Ingeman making the save, and he'll hang on. 7:46 to go here in the first. Edina leading at 1-0. A goal a little over a minute into the contest by Matt Vandervoort. Fair to say the Hornets have had the best of things so far. And they'll get a face-off win here. That shot sailing up high off the glass. Trojans looking to come back the other way. K.D. St. Hubert stood up at the line but got it in deep. Sauer coming off the wall, able to get that pass away to Matson. And then they jam at it, and D. St. Hubert chased out of there by the Hornets as the net actually, I think, kind of popped, the back of it popped up a little bit. Guys trying to go hard to the net.
Well, you expect to see that in section. Go hard. Don't stop until you hear a whistle or until you run into something. And hopefully whatever you hit, you knock down or move.
Tarkowski's a big goaltender, not a lot of net to shoot at.
Yeah.
Ooh, a carom there comes alongside the net. Finn D. St. Hubert sending it back down low here for the Trojans. Dexheimer tying up his man effectively there for Edina. Get it out to center, and a little battle for it, tipped in by Cole, but then Wayzata able to get it right back out. Rajnicka losing it. Hawk Huff turns and whips it off the glass. Good effective play by the Edina D so far, but I think also good decision making. There have been times when, and here's an opportunity on the rush here. Halverson going to the net, backhander denied. He gets it right back though. To the point, Caden Morgan trying to find enough room to slink that one through. Instead he has to throw it behind the net. Wayzata breaking it out. Here comes Sauer, but knocked away from here. Or Wallen rather, knocked away from him. And now 2-on-2 the other direction. That shot denied. Jake White got in front of it. Into the circle, bouncing puck, and good recovery there defensively for Wayzata as Alex score. Now here come the Trojans back the other way, but pass just a little far out front there of Brooks Gengler. Edina finishing a change as the Trojans spring it up the middle there. And didn't quite get a shot to the net. Now Edina looking to counter, but a great read to step in and take it by Justin Lesser.
Slowly but surely now, Wayzata's getting in the way, and they're stopping the Edina rushes now. They're not getting out of their zone well, and also they're getting stopped in the neutral zone. And they've moved up to the red line now as far as effectively stopping the Hornets.
Cowan carrying it in here, able to fight through a check, puts it out front. That one comes all the way through to the point. Sandvin keeping it in. Sandvin will dump it down deep here. Nevers trying to spin his way out of there with it. Flaherty sends it across. There's a shot, and Ingeman able to make the stop off that one off the wall. And another face-off in the Wayzata zone. Still 1-0 Edina here in this Section 6AA Boys Hockey Championship.
Now defensive zone face-off here for the Trojans. Edina kind of regained it and got some good control time inside the Wayzata zone here.
Rajnicka sending it ahead here to Alstead. Alstead carrying it in deep, tried to slide it out front there to Cool, cutting to the net. Now the Hornets trying to counter, a little 2-on-1. And Ingeman with a glove save there. Woo.
That was a beauty. That was a quick glove. The Hornets got in 2-on-1 and created a nice shot from just off the right side.
Boy, and there was a trailer here too. I mean, this is Wayzata. They love the save, but they're probably not happy with getting up that odd man rush like that.
Yeah. Well, in these games now, section title game, odd man rushes are going to kill you. Every coach will tell you that. You don't want to give them up. But Ingeman stepping up to the plate here. He's two of the better goaltenders in the state here in this game.
And like you said at the time, the first goal, I mean, it was a nice enough goal, but I think it's one that Will would tell you he should stop.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But now a little more motivation. That's it. They don't get no more.
Out to the line here and thrown out front. Ooh, that redirection gave Ingeman a little bit of trouble there as well.
Maybe that first goal was like a really hot cup of coffee that got IV'd. Woke him up.
I was thinking about this though. Earlier last year, it felt like when these teams played in the semis. Like, it was very distinct periods where one team early in the game, Edina played very well, and then Wayzata had a period that was pretty much all them later on. And so like you said, it's a long game. I mean, the way it starts isn't necessarily the way it ends. Lesser back to get it here for the Trojans. Thrown back along the wall, and the pass coming out deflected, but Gengler comes back to get it. Knocked away though.
Good play by the Edina D there, boxing it out, stopping it, and moving it back out in the neutral.
Nevers circling out of the corner, will throw it out to the point, and they're looking down low for Flaherty. And Gengler coming back the other way, broken up though. Nice play by Cowan.
Wow, nice back check.
Flick to the line, it'll eventually bounce out. And dumped in behind Klarkowski here. Under 3 minutes to go now in the first period. It's been a good one for the Hornets, leading it 1-0. Not just the goal though, I think they've definitely had the better of the play overall. And here they come again. Little pass out front, and Ingeman sliding across to break that one up. And now Wayzata looking to counter as Matson. He'll throw one in on net, looking for a rebound. Klarkowski directed it away, and then it goes out of play here.
That's surprising how big Klarkowski is as a goalie. I mean, Ingman is too. They're both pretty good size 6-footers, cover a lot of net. It's going to be tough to get by either of them.
Key is they both move well too. I mean, there's pluses and minuses. Obviously, you take up a lot of net, but sometimes the smaller, quicker guys have some advantage on things around the net and low and all that too. But these guys are both pretty nimble too.
Well, the other deal though too, with the tall goaltender, Edina found the weak spot, which is usually their 5-hole. They have a little tough time getting down quick.
Draw will come outside the line here. 2:22 to go in period number 1. Second seed Edina leading number 1 seed Wayzata. You have to think that last regular season win over Edina is probably what turned the tide in terms of Trojans getting the number 1 seed. The records are almost identical. And Edina had won the first meeting.
Well, the manner in which they won too, Wayzata beat them pretty good, 7-0. And obviously, going to stick in their craw a little bit for the Hornets. You can see they remembered that with the way they came out and played the first period here.
Lesser up with it. Floating that one and played by a high stick.
Well, the Trojans have settled down. They're back in this game, no problem. Giving up a 1-goal lead is not a big deal.
I would say, though, overall, I don't think they've been as sharp as they're capable of, and I'm going to need to step it up a little bit in period 2. Huff leading the rush out of there for Wayzata. Able to flick it in as he was caught from behind there by Cowan. Some grumbling that maybe a hook could have been coming, but we haven't seen a penalty yet.
One thing about section games, Jay, the referees tend to put their whistles away and let the kids decide it.
Nevers sending it alongside the net. Nice defensive play to knock it away from Flaherty. No easy outs though. Flaherty getting it in behind, looking for Grant Olson. Trojans will try again. Here's Matson. Able to dump that one in. Hornets coming back the other way on the rush there. Score knocks it back out. Under a minute to play. We do have a penalty coming up. And now it'll be whistled down against the Hornets. It'll be a holding call. Kurt Giles not so sure about that. Going to the box is Lucas Cole. Right there when he threw that. Yeah, kind of got that left arm in a bit of a tackle.
Actually, I think most football coaches would have liked that as a classic tackle.
So we'll see what Wayzata can do with this power play late in the first. Long one thrown on net. It got through to Klarkowski, and he's able to control the rebound there, and another draw coming up.
Boy, there were a couple Trojans there, Jay, up front on the left side of the goalie that were just open.
Hornets unable to clear it here as Wayzata getting that power play set up. Down to Wallen, back up top. B. St. Hubert. Wallen keeping it in again here for Wayzata. Nice little move there. Firing in traffic, rebound jammed at as Sauer tried to put it away, and then he jousts with Charlie Sandvin, and neither guy wants to let it go. I wonder if we might take one of each here, perhaps.
Yeah, they're probably taking both. It didn't get crazy, but they just kind of tied each other up. Neither one was going to give up, but nobody threw any punches. Nobody ripped helmets off. They still don't like each other, though.
Does not look like they're sending in the box. They're just kind of saying that little boys will be boys. Boy, that was a nice stop on that rebound. Sauer found the puck very quickly there and then got the backhand away, but Klarkowski saw it. Otherwise, that one might have been able to sneak under him there. Trojans again getting a face-off win, which obviously helps you get this power play going too. Swing it over left side, that shot blocked. Under 10 seconds to go now. Nice shot fake there. D. St. Hubert, though, it knocked away, and the buzzer will sound as we reach the end of the first period. So the power play will continue into period number 2. After one here tonight at Bloomington Ice Garden, Edina 1, Wayzata nothing. First period highlights, and then our second period of hockey coming up here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Bloomington Ice Garden as Edina leading Wayzata by a score of 1-0. Well, we talked about we have a couple great goalies in action here, and very early in this 22-23 season, I had a chance to visit Trojans goalie Will Engelman for our CCX Sports Spotlight. Let's take a look at that story.
It's been a special start to the season for goalie Will Engelman and his Wayzata teammate.
Cross back the other way, Engelman with a great stop.
They enter the weekend ranked number 1 with a 5-0 record against 5 high-quality opponents.
We're having a blast, you know, not even just winning like 5 games, like out of the rink, we're all hanging out together every weekend, so it's been really fun so far.
Senior Engelman is one of the state's top netminders. He's 5-0 with a 1.17 goals against and .956 save percentage through 5 games. He's skilled physically, but there's more to it than that.
I'd say my mental game, you know, like I try to, you know, if I get scored on, you know, try to wipe it, not let it get to me, because, you know, when it gets to you, nothing good happens when that happens. So
Will obviously is a very talented goalie, but what makes him special is his ability to stay focused off the ice. He's a very hard worker, and he pays attention to the details, whether it's vision training or flexibility. He takes care of every little piece of his game and gets the rest and does all the things that a lot of people at this age just don't do.
he continues to play the way he's playing, and keeps getting the accolades and wins and stuff like that, I mean, he'll end up being, if not the top, one of the top 2 or 3. Actually, me and Pete talked about that a couple days ago. Just he's just a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal leader. His numbers speak for themselves, and he represents our program so well.
This summer, Ingeman tried out for and made a U.S. under-18 team that played in an international tournament in Canada.
It's a different experience for sure. You're playing with kids from around the country and getting to know them, and like their hockey path to where they got to is way different than normal like high school. People out in like Massachusetts, they play AAA all the time. Here we're playing squirts with buddies that live a mile away from us, and they're over here playing with kids. So a couple hours away from them, or across like in California or something.
It was a great experience, even as he tried to treat it like any other game.
It's hockey. Nothing really changes except it gets faster the higher you go. So just got to adapt to that and, treat it like a normal game.
After that trip, Will played junior hockey for the St. Cloud Norsemen of the NAHL this fall. It's become pretty common for top-level players not to stay in high school hockey. But Ingeman weighed the pros and cons and chose to stay at Wayzata.
I'm going to play more games here, and I'm going to be having fun all the time with my buddies. I've been playing with them since like elementary school, so that was a no-brainer coming back to play with them. So really happy with my decision.
It's safe to say the Wayzata coaches are happy that Will Ingeman chose to stay in high school hockey as they pursue a title this winter. And they feel he has a bright future ahead of him, however this season turns out.
I think Will is definitely a Division I goaltender. He can play junior hockey without question in my eyes, but as far as like staying centered on today in Minnesota, I think he's the best goalie in Minnesota hockey.
And we said 2 of the better goalies in the state. They are 2 of the finalists for the Frank Brimsek Award, awarded to the top senior goaltender in Minnesota. So congratulations to Will and to Robbie Klarkowski of Edina. So a couple of good ones in action here tonight, and they both contested a little bit in this first period. In particular, Ingeman, Edina leading it by a score of 1-0. Despite a couple of good saves for both these guys here this evening. Hockey to come here from Bloomington Ice Garden as the Hornets lead it by a score of 1-0.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back. The Edina student section had plenty to cheer about early as the Hornets leading it 1-0 after 1 as we check out some highlights from that opening period of play. And it didn't really take long for Edina to get established a little bit as they had some good opportunities. And here's Vandervoort converting off that great pass from Halverson cross ice. That was just a minute 19 in. Wayzata not getting too many good chances, to be honest with you, 1 or 2, but certainly more chances for the Hornets. And Ingeman, after that first goal, got by him, had to make some big stops, and he was equal to the challenge as a few odd man rushes. Wayzata, that might have been their best chance right there. The rising shot and then Sauer getting a backhand on the rebound. You see the lone penalty of the period did come very late against Edina's Cole, so there is still time on the power play for Wayzata, and they actually did get a little bit going on the power play. We'll see if they can continue that when this second period begins. Well, we said Section 6 AA has traditionally always been one of the toughest, and here's a look at the last decade. Things have changed in terms of teams in it over the years at times, and you see Edina kind of moving back. Historically, they were in Section 6, then they were in 2 for a while, but last year they won the title. Wayzata won it in 2021. Blake, actually, they're working in their way in there, and the Hornets and these teams in Eden Prairie, of course, no longer in this section under the present alignment. And Benilde hasn't been back to state since their championship team there with Grant Bessie a decade ago, or slightly more than a decade ago now. They were defeated, of course, by Edina in the semis the other day. And for this year's tournament, we said these are the top 2 seeds that advance to the finals, and nothing really resembling an upset too much. You know, you did have Holy Angels 5 seed beating 4 seed St. Louis Park in that quarterfinal round, and the other games were not close at all. And then the favorites kind of taking care of business. I mean, I thought the Benilde Edina game had a little intrigue to it, but Edina really came out and played well and got them. And then here we are tonight, and 1 period in the books here in the section championship matchup between the Trojans and the Hornets. We'll take one more timeout, come back. Period number 2 is on the way next year. Great crowd on hand at Bloomington. Thanks for watching high school hockey on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here. There's the goal scorer from the first period, Matt Vandervoort for the Hornets. They lead it by a score of 1-0 as we get set for the second period of play. And keep in mind, though, the Hornets will be shorthanded for a little over a minute to begin the period. Boy, Wayzata would love nothing more than to, quickly get on the board and even this thing up.
You think that was a topic of conversation in the locker room there, Jay?
And a lot of times when you come out, I always feel like it's not the easiest to be on the power play to begin the period because you're not, you're not sharp yet. You're not back into the flow yet. But I guess you could say the same thing for the defensive team, though.
Well, it's much easier to play defense in this situation because you're covering zones and trying to set up and spread out your power play moves are tough. You're right. You're exactly right.
Wayzata able to win the draw here, and they'll try and get this power play set up. Here's Cool carrying it in. Got it to Kwasnicka, chopped from behind there, but Cool picking it back up. They'll swing it over left side here and relayed down low by Cade D. St. Hubert. Matson. Back up top. Now here's Cool firing. That one goes wide. Big rebound. Oh. Klarkowski blocking that one. As a big carom almost gave Wayzata opportunity to put that one away.
Boy, Klarkowski was sharp there. Boy, he had his position down. He moved really quick.
Rush up the right side and poke check there by Revening and cleared down the rink by the Hornets. Exactly what they were hoping to see there. This time for maybe one more rush here for Wayzata. Hornets have killed it off. So back to 5 skaters aside here. Revening slipping that pass ahead. And deflected out of play by Klarkowski as Justin Lesser tossed that one on net.
Trojans got to take a little more effort in getting the puck directly on net. These last few shots have missed, even though the goalie did touch it. They were not going to go in the net. They also need to get some bodies in front of Klarkowski, too, just to kind of blur his vision a bit. He's on everything that's been shot at him.
Oops, that might be an icing. Yeah, the pass was behind Flaherty, and he thought he didn't have time to do anything else other than bank it ahead, and he was about a foot shy of the center red line there. So we'll come back into the Hornets zone after that icing call.
You got to be careful in that neutral zone. It's very scary. I always told my teams there's a counterattack there in the neutral zone that can catch you and put you in a bad odd man situation real quick. So you can understand why I tried to get rid of it quick.
Ingeman leaving it there for Finn D. St. Hubert. There's a long one on net. Klarkowski, a stick save there. Hornets trying to quickly counter. Carried toward the net. Ingeman with a sweeping poke check on Cowan. And chopped loose as they have trouble getting it out here.
Good patient slow down here. Got things organized. Everybody knows where they're supposed to be.
Tipped into the Edina zone. Morgan up with it. Finding Flaherty. And they're offside. We've seen a few guys have trouble. I wonder if the fact that it's so full in here, maybe if it's a little bit warm and you're seeing the puck dancing around on guys who are normally pretty good stick handlers.
Well, there's probably still a few wet spots out there that haven't dried yet, and it catches that water and slows it down, and you're trying to move quick and you get away from you fast. Right now, it's quite obvious that the Trojans are playing on their heels, and Edina's got some step in their skates right now.
Although they end up icing the puck again here.
I cursed him. I cursed him, Jay.
Another draw in the Hornet zone here. Wayzata hoping they can capitalize on it. Able to win the draw, bounces loose in front, but chased down by Mason West, and then a takeaway. Return pass got by Alstead. There's a shot though by Kuhl, and Klarkowski was ready. Now Hornets back the other way, but poke checked away. Wayzata looking to quickly counter. Kuhl unable to get through the check though. Nice job by Lesser to chop that one free at center as the Hornets tried to bring it back up the left side. Not a whole lot of flow in the second period so far. We haven't really seen either team getting great chances.
Yeah, it looked like the Hornets had a little more jump and moving forward, and Trojans are on their heels, but Trojans playing good defensively right now.
And dump back out of there.
That was awful close. My gosh. But you can tell now that the pressure the Trojans are putting on him with good position defensively forechecking. Edina's got no flow. That's what, the third icing now we've had in the past 3 minutes?
Trojans able to win the draw again here. Pass deflected though as they try to get it back to the point, and Edina on the counter. And that shot was almost deflected by a defender that might have given Ingeman trouble there a little bit, but he's able to cover that one and hang up. I mean, it wasn't really much of a shot attempt. Grant Olson just putting it toward the net, but when it hit a defenseman, all of a sudden changed the equation a little bit.
That he correct.
Hornets win the draw, dump it down deep. Now Wayzata with the counter. Wallen drops the pass off. Here's a shot, and that one sailing just wide. You love those shots that miss the net, Dan.
You can't score if you don't hit the net. It's an old Russian hockey proverb.
That pass deflected.
Yeah, I think that's one thing the Trojans got to do too. They got to start leveling the body on some of these Edina forwards and slowing them down.
Klarkowski, a blocker save on that rising shot.
That was a good save on a really good shot there. It's amazing both these goalies are over 6 foot and how quick they are. Both of them very agile with their feet and their arms.
Off the draw, Morgan getting to it for the Hornets, but then he's tied up. Sauer coming away with that one, and it sails just up and over. Sauer trying to free it up again, and he's able to do so. And he took a check as well. Matson trying to work his way off the wall. Flaherty trying to get it out, but nice job by D. St. Hubert, although he paid the price. Centering pass was blocked. Now a wraparound try as Sauer tried to bring it out front. And comes back to center. Pretty good shift here for Wayzata.
Well, the more you play in your defensive zone, the more it gets taken out of your legs because you got to change direction so much. Whereas the attacking team can keep moving forward. So we'll see how much attrition this puts on the Hornets here.
D. St. Hubert sending it back into the Edina zone where Morgan gathered it. Engelman sliding that one past, and now here is Kuhl carrying it up the left side. Trying to find an angle, now gets it out to the point. Here's a tip by Kwasnicka that goes just wide.
Wow.
Even though it didn't quite hit the net, more of that is what Wayzata would like to see. Good passing. Another solid check thrown by the Hornets there. Here's Revening, bothered by Kwasnicka, the talented freshman. And they force a turnover. Here's a shot, and that one deflecting into the corner. Try to get it out front. And then Gengler intercepting for the Trojans. Right back the other way they come. They've gotten a little bit of momentum going here. Kept that one in, but not for long. Try to get it ahead to West there, but knocked away from him. Wallen turning on the speed to get to it. Ooh, he falls hard though.
And that's a big, tall man.
Rushed the other way, but good recovery there by Finn D. St. Hubert. Hornets regrouping here. Still 1-0 Edina. That's been our score since just over a minute into the hockey game, and we're now nearing the halfway point of the second period. And here is Wallen. Sauer trying to go to the net, but the shot was blocked. Wallen looking back toward the point, but instead it's picked off. Race on here as Vandervoort coming after it. Back out Dexheimer. That one deflecting to the corner.
Beautiful.
Floated across. And then Klarkowski directing that one out of there. And then we're offside here as Flaherty. Olsen made just that one late little move, and Flaherty wasn't expecting it, so we get a offside. Another look at this one as Wallen has had some good shifts here, hustling hard. And then here's that shot by Madsen, that blocker save there by Klarkowski.
Had a little wobble to it, a flutter puck, and those goalies don't like those at all.
No, he did a good job handling it, though. I mean, that's generally not a goalie's favorite area to make a save either. You know, if you can hit that spot just above the above where he's holding that stick is usually a tough one to handle, but he did a good job.
Well, this is the kind of game where you need to make saves you're supposed to and make a few you aren't supposed to.
Thrown out front, Ingeman the save. Nevers was there waiting for a rebound, but he couldn't hold up long enough for that one to come to him. Now he gets it. Nevers trying to make a little move there, but couldn't get past. Now a counter attack coming for the Trojans, but poke checked away from Matson. A little more end-to-end here to open things up.
I was just going to comment on the speed of the game right now.
Alstead takes a big hit there, but a clean one. Wayzata going in after it. The Edina fans wanted a penalty there, but it doesn't look like we'll get one.
If we haven't had one now.
Oh, cool, a shot. Klarkowski, a big save, but he couldn't control the rebound. Then it's thrown toward the net, turnaround try, never made it there. And this will be icing against the Hornets. Wayzata fans, short of getting a goal, they're about as excited about that shift as they could be, as they got a couple of good chances.
Well, you can see it happened right in front of them, so they were right on top of the play there. But boy, I'll tell you, the Hornets are getting physical here, though. They've had about 5 or 6 really good hits.
There's a look at that great opportunity, and then the rebound lay loose for a moment. Klarkowski didn't have a whole lot of work in the first period, but in the second, he has had to make some big stops, and that sequence there may be as good as any that he's had. Nice job to keep that play alive, and Wallen sliding it across, but knocked out a play there.
Good block on that. That should have been a good shot on goal coming from an inside stick off a deflection on a pass.
Wayzata's starting to win more races to the puck than they were earlier, it feels like.
And face-offs.
Wallen and Halverson taking this draw. And a little trickler on net there. Klarkowski not going to take any chances. He'll cover it again.
Well, both goalies here are just superb here. You're not going to really get much by them on a soft little flutter like that. I like the way the defense is played too, especially the Hornets. They've been really tough in front of their net. They've blocked shots. They've knocked bodies down. They've been very assertive. I mean, Wayzata has to really, really work for their goals.
Trojans able to gain control, at least for the moment. Wallen drops that pass off, and then back for Matson, a backhander on net. Make that Miller actually on that attempt. Another icing against the Hornets here.
Hornets got to step about 2 feet forward to get over that red line. That's about 3 of them now that they've been lazy on. I like that pass, so that stretch pass.
I was going to say they're definitely looking to catch Wayzata caught up ice a little bit and stretch things out, but just the execution a little bit off there. Alstead winning the draw here. Thrown wide by Hartle. Wayzata playing it back around. Alstead chasing it down, and he takes a hit. Vandervoort coming after this one. Tied up there as he tried to pull the puck around the defenseman.
This has really been a good line for the Hornets here. Vandervoort really especially has had a really, really nice game.
Unable to keep control there. Now the Trojans looking to reverse it back across here to Jake White, I'm sorry. 6.5 to go here in the second. Nice pass ahead to Cool, a little 2-on-1. Oh, but a sliding block made there by Morgan. Boy, that one could have been a great chance if he'd been able to elevate it just a little bit. Nice pass ahead here. Now Cool, here they come again, and that shot going just wide. A couple of good chances really though for Wayzata.
Well, a little flutter pass might have worked a little better there rather than the shot because we had a winger open. Coming in close. Yeah, well, there's a good block by Head. And right here now, see that wing coming in on the left-hand side there? He was open coming in. I think he could have got a pass to him. Might have been a hand pass.
Through traffic, thrown at the net. Oh, and then the follow-up try Near miss there for Edina. They haven't had a whole lot of offense for a while, but only takes one. Sauer pushing it into the corner here. Matson throwing it around the other way, and Hornets able to clear it and again ice it though. That you have to wonder for them if that might not come back and bite them at some point here. They've obviously played a very good game, but have iced the puck far more than they'd like in this middle period.
Why are they icing the puck, Jay? They're stuck in their own zone, and them legs are starting to get down a little bit. They're not quite as have as much jump as they did in the first period. We'll see how this works out in the third period. Wayzata's fighting back. They're really putting up a good fight. They know what they're doing. They're not panicking whatsoever.
Faceoff will be coming back in the Edina zone.
I still don't have any idea what to do with the whistle is.
Wallen and Halverson facing off. No ice there as it's chased down by Cole. And rink wide pass, bank toward Gangler. Ooh, a nice play to get back to it, but he still stays with it. And that pass deflecting away.
He had a good idea, though. He did kind of a reverse pass back. It just got blocked, but there was an open winger there.
Glove down, and now the Hornets trying to counter. That pass misfired, though, so they have to regroup. Trying to go long to Wall, and he deflects it off the wall. Kwasnicka coming with speed. Oh, and it was just behind. Now Edina back the other direction. Halverson. And Ingeman's going to cover that one up. And then he got jabbed at a little bit, and Vandervoort skated out of there knowing that he was probably not going to be a favorite of the Wayzata guys. Or I don't know. I couldn't tell if he really did anything wrong, though. The puck was loose right before that.
Well, obviously you're not wearing blue and gold. I would have been infuriated if I was wearing blue and gold. You don't touch the goalie, especially mine. Kind of get the idea they don't like each other down there. A little stick jabbing going on.
And even more so, wanting badly to get to that state tournament. Even if maybe you do like some of the guys on the team, if you know them from the summer or playing together in the past or whatever, that all goes away when you've got this opportunity.
Oh, nice forecheck there. Boy, that freshman's on it. I like him.
Thrown on that, Klarkowski, and now at the other end we get Alstead getting in there, and he gets roughed up a little bit. But again, cooler heads prevailing. I mean, I think you have an opportunity for somebody to really get upset and, you know, knock him down, and the same thing at the other end, and they didn't do it because you realize how crucial power play might be.
Controlled intensity. You gotta have controlled intensity in this game, especially when this important.
Back out to the point. Here's a shot that deflects wide. Ready to go to D. St. Hubert. Madsen did. Now D. St. Hubert picks it up. Shooting, and Klarkowski directs that one away. Madsen trying to kick it loose in the corner there. Keeps possession. Thrown behind the net. Sauer tying up there with Sandvin. And here's Madsen, a shot. That one blocked. Edina's done a good job of not getting out of position defensively for the most part here tonight.
They're making it very tough for the Trojans to get anything clean.
Flaherty had his stick lifted there, and now the traffic into the net, and
that's going to get nasty.
Yeah, they shoved Ingeman a little bit, and Finn D. St. Hubert quickly came to his defense.
Bobby Cowan taking a little bit of a liberty with the back of Engelman's head.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take them both, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then he got checked into the net, but right there, yeah, yep, going to be one aside here.
Oh, wait a minute, maybe there might be a double liner here. I haven't stand posted yet, but they're talking to him. I think a double minor is well in order right now. Okay, apparently not.
So we'll stay at 5 aside here as they take one of each.
Number 22, Finn Desai-Hubert, 2 minutes for roughing. Is number 21. Bobby Cowan, 2 minutes, also for
Cowan and Desai-Hubert each get roughing penalties there. Thrown toward the net, Engelman wanting a face-off there. He'll glove it and hang on with 2:50 to go here in this second period. 1-0 Edina. We had a goal very early in the game, just over a minute in, and then nothing since.
Well, Engelman's hoping his buddies will bail him out here now and get that tying goal, and then anything goes.
Off the draw, Trojans up with it. Gonna dump this one on in. Miller sending it back. Wallen spinning around there. Now both guys go down in the corner and get locked up. Wallen back on his feet. To the point, ooh, and that one deflecting wide. Played in behind the net and sent out front there. Around toward Mason West, and they're able to get it to center anyway. Miller will float it back in and head off on a change as Dexheimer picks it up for Edina. Under 2 to play now in this period. Trojans looking to regroup across to Cool. Or Cool now will send it in. Ooh, a nice takeaway there, and then that shot kind of mishit. Cool back up with it. Out front toward Kwasnicka, but broken up. Alstead. This line has had some moments here for Wayzata in the second period.
Yes, it has.
And kept in at the line for a moment anyway, and then back out it comes, thrown back in. Ooh, that one takes a bad care of him, but still tipped ahead to Vanderborg. Even that drop pass. And back out it comes here as we're under a minute to play now in the second. And got away from Sandman, but he at least kept it in. Floated toward the net, and that one deflecting. Under 40 seconds to go now in this period. Trojans, nice breakout here, a little 2-on-2.
He's going to pull the trigger, and he lost control.
Sauer now gets the pass behind the net, but he's tied up. Hornets have really taken the body effectively, Dan. Big hits, yes, but also just the little nice defensive plays where you pin your man to the wall.
Yeah, and it hasn't even been close. I mean, it's been Edina been way more physical.
That shot turned wide just as the buzzer sounds. So no scoring in period number 2. Wayzata, I think, a much better period than they had in the first, but not able to get anything on the scoreboard. So after 2 periods here, the Section 6AA Championship at Bloomington Ice Garden, it is Edina 1 and Wayzata nothing. Welcome back here to Bloomington Ice Garden. Edina leading Wayzata 1-0 after 2 periods of play here in the Section 6AA Championship. Let's take a look at highlights from period number 2. Obviously no goals to show you, but that didn't mean there wasn't some good opportunities, some good hockey. Bouncing puck there that Ingman has to knock down and cover. Wayzata, I thought, definitely had a better period than he did in the first. Klarkowski having to make definitely some more difficult saves than he did in that first period. At the blocker to deny Matson there. And then this one, a dangerous rebound, but they were able to tie up Alsted's stick. And then late in the period, the first one didn't amount to much, but here's what led to the penalties there. And so just the one power play so far through the game, and that was a Wayzata opportunity where they got a couple good chances, but unable to put anything away. We remain at 1-0 as you see Wayzata definitely had the edge in shots in that second period, though, 12-5. And now overall, I talked about that, how last year's game was kind of like that too. One team kind of had the better of it in one period and then the other, and now we'll see what goes on in the third. Well, obviously these are 2 of the better teams around Minnesota, and their Lake Conference rival Minnetonka was the last number 1 team. Wayzata did spend some time at number 1, and right now as we ended the season they had some losses down the stretch, but still I think fair to say they're one of the best teams. And Edina in there at number 2, even though they are seated below Wayzata. Obviously the seeding doesn't follow rankings or anything like that, as they look at things within the section more. Maple Grove and Rogers going to face off in Section 5 AA on Thursday night. You can watch that one live on CCX, and they are rated 4 and 6. We'll take a timeout here, 1 period to go, or maybe more. It's 1-0 Edina here in the Section 6 AA Championship on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Set for period number 3 here. Edina maintaining a 1-0 lead here over Wayzata. As you can look at there at Robbie Klarkowski. He's been very good here tonight, especially in that second.
Yes.
I felt like in the first he really wasn't tested all that much. And Ingman had that one early one go in, but he has been solid ever since as well. Wasn't tested quite as much in the second as the first. And now here we go to period number 3.
Well, we knew this was going to be close game for this final. Both teams are about as even match as you can get. Both playing very hard.
Centering pass here into the skates of Matson. He's able to flick it out to center. And now carried on. Nice little move to the net. Oh, and a great opportunity there. Klarkowski able to make the stop. One of the few times that Wayzata's been able to really get all the way to the net on a rush.
Yes.
Just a nice little hesitation kind of move there, and resulted in a pretty good opportunity for the Trojans.
Well, that's the way they wanted to start out this period. They're down 1-0. They've got to put the pressure on now. And the quicker they can get that tying goal, the more they can play a relaxed game that they normally play.
Pass floated ahead there to John Warpinski, putting it up front. Here's a follow-up try. Oh boy, they had a lot of net to shoot at there. They couldn't put it on.
That's the first time Klarkowski's really been out of position.
Ingeman.
I'm sorry, Ingeman, my fault. Wrong goalie, folks.
Cool firing there. Klarkowski knocked it down with the glove, and then it wound up alongside the net. And dump back in deep here. Hornets unable to get it out. In the first period, I wouldn't say they had no trouble, but they definitely were able to get relatively clean breakouts for a lot of the period, but not so much in the second.
No question here, but they're picking up right where they left off here, applying more pressure.
Pass tipped. And the guy cutting down the slot, but couldn't get it there. Ingeman coming way out and floating it ahead now. Miller a shot on net. Klarkowski will save it and hang on. As Ingeman, he came ranging out. He saw the ice well there. He knew Edina was changing. He's like, I'm going to catch him and get this pass up ice in a hurry.
Oh, just smart play. Just a really smart play. And goalie's got to do more than just stand in their net. Nice job there.
And it doesn't lead to a goal, but it does result in an offensive zone draw, which can be a valuable thing, obviously.
And anytime you can keep Edina in their own zone, you're ahead of the game.
And there's Ingeman making the stop there on Lucas Cole's attempt.
See a good opportunity there, a good shot. You can see how it fluttered a little bit. That's a tough one to get a handle on, and Ingeman handled it very well.
Puck stays in the circle after the draw here. Now the Trojans able to gain control. Gengler, it just hopped away from Wallen there and floated back out to center. Score, and that will be offside. He didn't mean to, but hit his teammate there. So another face-off coming up outside the line.
An unfortunate set of circumstances. Wayzata needs a little break here right now. He means something to gas from, so they get a good opportunity to put the puck past Klarkowski.
Center ice face up here, correction. Back to the Trojans line, and then tapped into Edina's zone. Nevers trying to go to the net there. Ingeman makes his stop and then puts that goal stick up to make sure Nevers couldn't get near the puck.
Well, Nevers has played a good game here. Really pushed hard. Got a nice move there. Held him up really good, but he still kept coming.
Yeah, he's a big kid. Going to redo this draw here. Turnaround try there and right on target, but stick save by Will Ingeman. Here's Matson. Going to float this one in deep. Ooh, penalty coming up here on Sauer. He got into the legs or the back of Revening and kind of knocked him down awkwardly. And he will go to the box.
Revening was already going down too. He had kind of lost his wheels a little bit. If they look at right there.
Cross check will be the call.
Could feel that pressure coming in on him.
So first power play for the Hornets tonight.
This is a big penalty kill for the Trojans. You know, right now scoring 2 goals on Edina is going to be tough enough. Make it 3 goals, that's could almost be all she wrote.
Over to Nevers. Nevers firing. Ooh, that one deflected. Now he gets it right back. Shot from out high, sailing just wide. Another crack. Here's Nevers. He's going to return it right to the top. Drops down low, and then they try to go back to Nevers. It was deflected. moving the puck around quickly, but not really denting that Wayzata box so far. And a nice takeaway by D. St. Hubert, coming in shorthanded. Gonna play it over to the corner and trying to eat up some time here.
Oh, great job. Absolutely great job killing it. D. St. Hubert did a nice penalty kill right there.
Nevers leading it back the other way, jabbed away from him. Hornets trying to get possession and get it set up again here. And that one will deflect away. Nevers back up with it. Trying to go to the net here. It hopped away. Then a backhand try. Engelman knocking it up and out of there. And Wayzata fans kind of like that one. He got knocked it up and then out.
Got a little style, Jay, a little panache. Good move by Nevers here. Boy, I'll tell you, he moved himself in front.
Boy, that was a tougher save than I realized there. They got all stick and then stick again as Caden Morgan's backhander there. You know, obviously all the attention kind of went to Nevers as he dragged it across the front and left Morgan with a pretty decent amount of net to shoot for there. That kind of maybe circle that one mentally. That could have easily been a goal there, but Engelman making the stop. Hornets with the power play for a little over a half minute here as Dexheimer sends it in deep. Finn D. St. Hubert trying to work it up the wall there. Keep fighting for it. Flaherty throwing a check to free it up. And Kwasnicka able to backhand it out.
That's just good, gritty penalty killing by the Trojans.
Time just about up on the penalty, so Wayzata will kill it off. And then an opportunity on the takeaway. Here's Wallen a shot. And a follow-up. Oh boy, Klarkowski, a long look, no goal. He almost wound up falling or dropping that puck into the net or falling in with it as he was in an awkward position there. And the referee, to his credit, didn't jump the gun. He waited until he was sure. You see that save, and then that comes back to him there, and he's trying to make sure he's not falling over that goal line.
Great body control here, Jay. Very great body control.
Wallen winning the draw. So see if Wayzata can build some momentum after not getting anything, killing off that penalty. There's a rip there. Klarkowski the save, and it's still loose. Referee waving it off. Oh boy. Then D. St. Hubert took a shot from Nevers while he was down on the ice. We'll see if this is going to result in penalties here.
Nevers has absolutely got to go. And they're telling Klarkowski to calm down here.
Another look at that shot, and then you see the rebound. Wow, it just hit his skate, and then he's kind of sitting on it. And then there's that shot. They kept, there was two good opportunities there, and I have to admit, I'm a little surprised that Nevers didn't get taken off there.
Yeah. Well, again, you're in the third period of a section final. These refs, man, they just don't want to take the chance.
Klarkowski directing that one away to the corner. Rush for the Hornets. They try to put it out front, and Engelman will come and cover it. I get that mentality, and I like it to an extent, but at the same time, the rule book doesn't get thrown out the window.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. I guarantee you, if I was the coach, I'd be really complaining.
Battle for it along the wall. Now the Hornets able to come up with it. Ooh, and off of Engelman's pad. And thrown toward the net again. That one was blocked. Chipped into the Edina zone, and Dexheimer, good positioning there to help break that one up. Nothing coming easy here for these teams. Solid check thrown. Hornets kept the puck moving though, where Pinsky playing it over the corner. Oh boy, and the referee got the worst of that collision. And this is going to be an icing against Edina, kind of an unforced one there as they got a little turnover at center, and I think we're trying to hit a pass and instead missed everyone. But watch this collision in the corner. Look out, ouch.
You're not supposed to go backwards like that.
Good job popping right back up though.
Got a little smudge on the backside of his breezers there, his referee breezers. You think it's easy being a ref.
Hornets a little trouble getting it out here. They'll have to just bank it ahead, and no ice though. It hopped over the stick of Huff. Nevers knocking Huff down. And now Flaherty up with it. Coming to the point, Mason going to play it back toward the corner. Kept in, but then open pass to no one there really, and Sauer now back the other way. Second try got the pass away. It goes to the corner though. And floated back out to center, and it's going to be offside as they threw it back in, D. St. Hubert. And we'll get a face-off coming up here. 9:45 to go in the third. Edina still leading Wayzata 1-0 in the Section 6AA Boys Hockey Championship.
Well, the next goal in this game is a big goal, no matter who gets it.
Trojans win it, and puck dumped in deep. Hornets on the move here as Cole getting a step, fires, ooh, and Ingerman a pad save, and then Lesser coming back at Grant Olson there, and then a little talk in. Don't think we're going to see a penalty. There's a look, got that one in low, and then
no, the Hornets are doing what they need to do. They're crashing the net. That's what they got to do, and I didn't see any harm or foul there.
Yeah, Olson kind of knocked Lesser into his goalie a little bit, and that was what the reason that Lesser came back at him so hard. Ooh, that one sailed up over the net. Woznicka dropped that pass back. They just haven't gotten a lot of real clean looks, though. I mean, Klarkowski's been good, but his D has generally been able to keep them from getting great chances.
One shot. They get one shot. They're getting no rebounds whatsoever. And as we said before, they're going to have to get somebody in front of Klarkowski. He's just seeing the puck really do good right now. And being that big and quick, you got to get in his way.
Here's a face-off win, and that leads to a shot from the top of the circle into the midsection of Klarkowski as D. St. Hubert that was Miller shooting that one. D. St. Hubert's line now coming out. Sauer will take the draw. Again, Trojans win it. They've been able to be pretty solid on faceoffs tonight. Shot goes wide and then tipped just out to center anyway. I think Edina's got to be careful about not playing too much to protect the lead just yet. There's still enough time that you still want to be attacking if you're the Hornets.
Well, once you get in your own zone, pack it in, but don't be afraid to get out. I think a couple more stretch passes here might be in order. That would loosen up the Trojans, but the Trojans got to push hard right now.
Matson banking it off the glass here. D. St. Hubert couldn't get to it. Back out to center and then relayed to the Edina line, knocked away there, and the Trojans will regroup here with Hawk Huff. Gets to center and dumps that one in. Hornets able to get it on out. This one will be icing.
Well, the rink is definitely tilted in one direction, and it's all sinking into Edina's end right now. We expected that from Wayzata. They're both two good teams, very evenly matched like that. So, good to look, Coach Kurt Giles. 24 years he's been there. Wow.
Former North Stars captain and a steady defenseman. And an opportunity out front. Here's the shot. Oh, Ingham just gets a piece of that one as Halverson found himself relatively alone in front. Gonna keep that puck going. Dig it out of skates there. Warpinski trying to fight off Lesser. And now Wallen coming back the other way, finding Gengler. Tried to get it back. Now Wallen trying to free that puck up again. Wallen's a hard worker. He's battled. He's not the biggest guy, but good hockey player. And dumped in. Ingeman's going to keep that puck moving. Throws it around toward Hartle, who took a bump. He couldn't get it out, at least on the first try. Now an opportunity back the other way. Thrown to the corner here. Wayzata's, their forecheck has been good, but they just haven't, not all that many times they've been able to carry the puck in. They've pretty much had to resort to dump and chase.
That's right. And they've created a shot, and then they don't get another one here. Edina's doing a great job of clearing out and keeping that defense active in front of the net. But it's still one shot away from a tie game. And that's what the section final should be, Jay. It really should. I mean, this has been a good hockey game. Back and forth.
Hornets able to control the draw. Sent around deep. And then Wayzata's rush broken up at center and then taken right back. Mason back in to get it. They'll float it out to center and then thrown right back in. Sandman sending it around. They couldn't get it out though. And then that one thrown wide of the mark. And coming out of the corner there, an opportunity. Puck still loose. And here's another crack at it. And Hornets can't get it out. Sauer a shot. That one's blocked though. And now a chance for a rush the other way.
Mason Nevers with a beautiful block there. Boy, he's had a heck of a game for the Hornets. My gosh, he's played well. Or Jackson Nevers, I'm sorry. I remember his brother, I think.
Wallen pass across, well read by Dexheimer, who then fumbled it a little bit as he was trying to get a breakout going. And now Wallen will track it down for Wayzata. And that pass misses everyone. No ice though. Hornets able to get it out. Long rink wide pass. Too long though. Another icing for the Hornets. And those ones not really a thrill. And you see, Edina, when you talk about Minnesota boys hockey, there can't be too many names that you think of before Edina. 29 appearances. Yeah. And it goes even kind of beyond that. There are 29 appearances as Edina, but another 5 as Edina Morningside, another 5 as Edina East when there was 2 high schools. That's and one as Edina West. So the numbers just as Edina are impressive enough, but you look at the district as a whole is even more.
I was being outside before the game. I noticed how many Edina youth hockey players are here, and they're all wearing their green, and there was a ton of them. There are at least 3 teams. out of their youth program.
Here's an opportunity. Ooh, and the shot goes wide. And they've kind of been able to maintain a high level where some of the other programs around there that used to be really good, I'm thinking of you, Bloomington Jefferson, are no longer very good.
Yes.
And they're not, the only ones, certainly. So Edina's kind of like regenerated itself. And obviously they've got a good-sized community and a community with great housing stock. So younger families have moved in again, too, and I think that's certainly been part of it. But their school is not nearly as large as like Wayzata and Eden Prairie either.
No, but I'll tell you what, Edina is known for hockey. It's their thing. Wayzata's got good football and, some basketball teams, but Edina has pretty much been hockey.
Matson takes a check as he tries to wiggle free there to get an opportunity for Wayzata. Not quite crunch time yet, but we're getting there. That one thrown all the way across. Deflected in the air. Hornets, they're kind of just hanging on a little bit now, though. They've had trouble getting the puck out. There's another icing.
Well, I was telling you earlier on, they're playing a lot of hockey in their own defensive zone, and it sucks the energy out of your legs. And you're starting to see some of it here now with 4 minutes left in the game. I know a lot of people like to complain about Edina, but boy, you can't argue with the quality that program has shown over the years.
Off the draw, trying to go right to the net there, but couldn't get through. And this is going to be, guess what, another icing against the Hornets.
No, that way the puck's going in the right direction for them, not coming back at them.
I mean, getting the puck out's a good idea, but I feel like there have been a few times where they've been a little impatient, where there was an opportunity to at least get the puck to neutral and go from there a little bit.
Well, they're probably gripping their sticks a little tight right now. It's only 1-0.
Bouncing puck toward the corner.
You can see now how soon Coach O'Leary puts out the extra defender and pulls his goalie.
Here's a rush for the Hornets. First they've had him quite a while, and Ingeman making the stop there, and then traffic reaches him, and where Pinsky is wrapped up.
No, it wasn't Nevers this time, huh? I like it, though. They're crashing the net. They ain't putting it on and looking for anything they can get.
A little snow shower given there, and I think that's what drew the ire of Miller and company.
I think so.
Three and a half to go here. Still 1-0 Edina. It's been our score since nearly the beginning of the game. Just over a minute in, the Hornets scored. And we have not had anybody light the lamp since. Tipped out to center here, but kind of a disjointed little rush attempt there by Wayzata. Now they get another opportunity, and here comes Cool. Pushes it to the corner and hacked that alongside. Puck still loose. Woznicka throws it out front. Alstead couldn't reach it and floated back out to center. Wayzata gave them some nervous moments there. And Trojans able to come up with it here. Alstead going to the net, shooting. Tarkowski to stop, then the rebound. It bounces out front.
There we go.
No, it's going to be knocked in with the hand. No goal. Wayzata fans don't realize it yet, but they're waving it off. Another look, yeah. Pushed in by Cool with the hand. That's, yeah, think that's pretty clear-cut call there.
And now we hear from the Edina crowd.
There was no goal. The puck was advanced with the hand. No goal. Puck was advanced with the hand.
Yeah, Pat didn't put too much of a fight up on that one. Okay.
Wow. Wayzata hoping that just seeing the puck in the net can get them going ahead, but I hard to argue. I mean, I think that was pretty clear cut.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say, Jay.
Evers carrying it and floats a backhander on net there, and Cowan was camped out front, so we'll get another draw with 2:23 to go here in the third, and still 1-0 Edina. Wayzata having a goal wiped off there.
Well, the Hornets are continuing to push. They got a guy in Ingerman's face all the time when they get down in there. We'll see now how long it takes for Coach O'Leary to pull his goalie.
Sauer up with it, deflected, and then thrown right back in. Huff being bothered there, unable to get that one. We'll see. I think I might see them wait a little bit more. Ooh, that could have, well, not in this situation, but at a different point of the game, you might be thinking interference there.
Yeah. That puck was about 3 feet farther down. They would have called it.
Kwasnicka throwing it in behind the Edina net. Under 2 minutes to play now. Hornets unable to get it out.
Okay.
And here goes Ingerman at the bench. Matson was tied up as he tried to shoot that one and thrown down the rink here. And icing. Yep, it was loud enough in here. I thought it should be, and it was going to be, but you hear the whistle immediately.
I didn't hear the whistle at all. This crowd here is really loud.
So 1:35 remaining, and a 1-0 lead still for Edina. We're going to have a timeout taken.
I think that works more into Edina's favor than it does Wayzata here with this timeout, but Edina's played very well in front of their net. They've really kept it down to one shot, clear it away, let's get it out of here. And that means either carrying it out or just dumping it across the blue line and getting it out of the zone. Wayzata's going to have to bring 2 people on the puck now. They've got the extra guy and just out forecheck Edina. You can see the intensity in Coach O'Leary's speech here. I don't think he likes losing to Edina very much.
Well, and the other part of that equation that we know from being in here is to be heard, he needed to get up there and yell in their face too, because it's loud in here.
Oh, it is. It really is. One of the classic rinks in the state of Minnesota, the Bloomington Ice Garden.
Hey, Jimmy, where are you going?
All right, 1:35 left.
Wayzata has been pretty good on face-offs, and that's,
yes.
We'll see if that eventually can pay off for them, or empty net for the Trojans, and they do again win the draw. Huff gaining control here. Puck popping alongside the net. Oh, and it came. Tarkowski scrambling now, a whistle, and I think the net must be off. Boy, the puck wound up going from one side to the other behind the net, and it came out front, and Tarkowski was fighting like heck to get back into position.
There were a lot of bodies in front of him too, kind of interfering his movement a bit.
You see, he was unable to glove it on that one off the outside, but watch as he tries to get back, and he may or may not have purposely kicked the net off there.
Good instinctual move by him, though.
Off the draw, big time scramble here. They put it out front and sent the other direction and hit the empty net. Still a minute 13 to go. May not be over quite yet, but boy, that was a big one, obviously. Bit of a gamble to shoot it from that far, but it certainly pays off.
I see the Edina coach is now telling him to settle down. We still got a minute and 13 to play. This is not over with yet. And when they scored that goal, Kurt Giles looked exactly like that.
Flaherty hitting the empty net. Engelman back to the bench now quickly. And it goes up and out of play here. Obviously the odds are tall, but we're not done yet. I mean, a lot of times you see an empty netter, it might come with like 20 seconds, and then, but we've still got over a minute.
It does sometimes happen. One goal at a time. Now get the first one, then worry about the second one.
Gonna redo this draw here as people were in the circle early. Another face-off win by Wayzata. Across to Huff. That one will go wide, and again trying for the empty net, but this time missing it. So 56 to go here, and they will bring it back into the Hornets zone. They are hoping to be celebrating soon, but it is not quite time yet. Hornets able to win the draw this time. Flaherty flicking it on out, and he does a nice job of not icing the puck this time. Over toward Wallen. Wallen, that shot though blocked, and Karkowski is going to cover the rebound.
Nice block of the shot there. Really well done by the defense. And that, you know, really, Jay, that's been the difference. Edina's defense has played superbly well in front of their goalie and done a great job. I wish Kurt would calm down. You know, Coach Giles is just a bundle of emotions over there.
Pops up in the air as the Trojans throw it out front. Puck still loose, and they score. There's Wallen putting it away, and maybe not quite over yet. Wallen has maybe been Wayzata's best forward tonight, and he's able to pump one in with 31 seconds left.
Big goal. Big goal. It ain't over.
Another look as they're just getting bodies on front, and then the pass. The first one doesn't go, but a nice quick wrist there as he didn't just push it. He snapped it over Karkowski, despite not having a lot of room. And Dan, I really meant it when I said it wasn't over. I wasn't just trying to sell it to keep everybody tuned in.
Jay, I believed you. I really did.
Engelman back in there for the moment after that center ice faceoff, of course. So now the Trojans do need to hurry, though.
Oh.
And that pass off target, but deflected in.
Okay.
Engelman, of course, heading off again. And the Hornets able to gain control, though. And let's see, I think it hit the rafters there.
Yeah.
So that, not what Edina wanted. It'll come back in their zone for this faceoff.
Low-hanging fruit of the ceiling here.
Off the draw, Hornets trying to get it out, couldn't quite do it. Puck still loose in front, and now it is cleared. And let's see if it'll be icing.
It is.
It will. 2 seconds left. They were hoping to just take enough off that one that it would just drift harmlessly down ice. Instead, it ends up being an icing call with 2 seconds remaining.
Now, the side the faceoff's on is critically important, especially for your center. You want a guy that's going to be able to shoot. Now, he will shoot this off the faceoff. No, he won't. He's going to back it. Oh, wow.
Off the draw, they do get it, and that shot is blocked, and Edina will hang on and secure the victory here for their 30th trip to the state tournament. Heck of a battle here this evening. Hornets had the best of it in the first period. I thought Wayzata played them in the second, and then down the stretch we had a little back and forth. Wayzata was coming hard, but they ended up getting one, but it was after Edina had hit that crucial empty netter.
Yeah.
And so the Hornets will be returning to the state tournament.
Well, you know, people like it's Edina, but you know what? They got a quality, good program that the city's behind, and they just do a heck of a job, and well-deserved. It was a really good hockey game. Wayzata played well, kept them in check most of the game, and did a nice job with stuff they had to lose, but somebody's got to.
Yeah, it was that, in a lot of ways, the type of game we anticipated seeing. That it was, back and forth, and goals were going to be tough to come by. You had 2 great goalies, but also very good defensive teams. And, Edina, I don't think the word blue collar doesn't come to mind with Edina, but the way their defensemen played tonight, that would fit their term, I would say.
Great analogy. Absolutely great analogy it was. They played gritty. They played very gritty, although they've got a lot of skill, but they had to because Wayzata has got some talent too, and you can see the disappointment in the young Trojans bench there, but played a heck of a game.
Yeah, Wayzata, I think fair to say, is, despite the result, one of the better teams in the state. Both of these teams could have been contenders in that state tournament, but only, like you said, Dan, only one of them can go, and it is the Hornets, Klarkowski and company, getting it done tonight here for Edina. So we hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast here in the Section 6 AA Championship from Bloomington. And again, a reminder to watch Section 5 AA Final, Rogers Maple Grove, Thursday night on CCX. For Dan Ficken and the rest of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. It is Edina advancing to state with a 2-1 victory over Wayzata.